Hi everyone again. Earlier today I did some video which I uploaded already showing how I use some of the dyes that arrived early. But now it's another step I'm going to do. This is how I work. I first do all my uh, foiling I want to do, and then I do all the waste. So I'm going to do a little bit of play with the waste I've got to see if I can get something nice out of it. Don't know. Yes, some of them will work, some of them might not. So let me have a look. I've got loads of foils here. Some are still not used because I cut some to show you how I cut them earlier. Now, that was one that when I did it, I said, you know what? We can use it as a shabby chic design. So I'm going to see how that would turn out on a piece of card or paper. And then afterwards, what I will do, it should turn out something like that. And then what I will do afterwards is another video. I'll do them separate. I'll do another video using all the foiled pieces that I had in creating a card. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to place it on my hot plate, the solid hot plate. I'm going to put a piece of paper. I like to use something like an 80 grams paper like that, only so that it will not dirty all my plate, because when I forgot, look, I dirtied it. Now I've got to get them off to clean it. It will clean, but you know what? If I can help it, I'll try not to. Now, don't know whether these can be used. I'll try later, see if I can do something with them. Let's put them on the side for now, because I don't know whether they will work. I'll have a look. Now, I had that one. That was a beautiful one, so I'm going to do that one. These are all unused at the moment. So I'm going to have them there. That's unused. These are the pieces I did. This is a bit that didn't go 100% well, but you know what? I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to try it as well. This is now warming up. It shouldn't take very long. It was done on Centura Pearl by Crafter's Companion, and it might be the page, but where it's foiled nicely, it's foiled nicely, so I don't know whether it's the paper or whether it's actually the foil. But you know what? Look, if I just go over it like so, you see it comes off, so you can easily rub off where it shouldn't have been. And you know what? That means that, oh, look how easy it's coming off now that it's gone cold. So if I take a brush or something and just go over this is one I did earlier, and I said to everyone, oh, you know what? It didn't come right. If I use one of my amazing rubbers, it's just knowing where my rubbers are is a different matter. So I don't use them that often. Let me try it out. I even got one that rubs off like glue. It might work. I'll have a look shortly, because look, I just go like so. Even with my finger, look, and it cleans so nicely off. It really does. So that, what I thought was a no-goer, because it wasted, it did a lot of overfoiling. You know what? Just like so, look, it cleans it up. So I'll use a rubber on there. And yes, it will be nice as well, because I can go like so, even with my finger, I can get off the excess. But that's what I did earlier. What we're doing now is waiting for this to warm up, because I want to use the waste for them. It's a shame that the waste for this one will not be good, because there was that little bit of overfoiling. That was the one I'm now doing the waist from. So if we do that, so it will go a minute, and in a minute's time, I'll do the opposite to this, and we'll see how that goes. That one I'll sort later. Then we've got this one. This did it so nicely that again, I can now use this bit to have the opposite to what this design did. So we'll try that one as well. I'll do it on the same kind of paper so that I can then use the two mixed together if needs be onto one of my small cards I make. I'm going to do that there. And it should come absolutely gorgeous. There might be some small imperfections, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. We can still use it once we start working with it. There is another one. That's another one I'm going to be doing. That gave me this. Look how beautiful that turned out. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to find a few more pieces of paper that are just scraps in my scrap box, and I'm going to just put this die on top of them. And it makes it such a nice, it looks like anybody that doesn't know how to do this, anybody who's not a crafter, will see that. They'll think, ooh, she must have bought some nice paper there. Or if I say everything's done by me, they'll think, oh my God, how did they do that? Because they wouldn't know how to do it themselves. So we're ready here while I'm talking. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine again. Now what I'm going to do, because I don't want to be waiting a long time every time, what I'm going to do is get this out. I don't need it. I'm going to take my plate. Whoops, I still need to pass it through. Beg your pardon. So I'm going to pass it through here. I'm going to go slow to give it a chance to kiss that foil with the paper. If it goes wrong, I always say it's only a piece of paper or a piece of card, and it's the waste. And what's waste? We normally throw away waste, but in foiling, we don't. We do it and use it again. So let's have a look and see what that now gave me. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to pull it out. And you know what? That's coming off so clean. Look. Can you see it? And that gave me the opposite to what that looks like. So together, they can be used, or separately, they can be made, turned into a card with a background like so. I'm going to leave them on the side there. For now, I'll do a video using all these, because they are quite interesting. I see a lot of, wow, I see a lot of videos where they do things and they do the foiling, but then they don't show you what they've done with the foiling. Now that's all right. If they want to do it that way, that's fine. But I like to then give you ideas, because some of my class ladies, they did a lot of foiling with me. They enjoyed it, and then saw them a few days later when I'm passing this for nothing, so it needs to go and get warm first. I said to them a few days later, have you done anything with the foils we did? Oh, no, not yet. And I said, why not? Oh, we're just thinking what we're going to do with them. And I thought, well, that would be a problem. A lot of people will do these lovely things and then say, but what am I going to do with that piece? It's not big enough for big cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I will try to show you or give you hints or ideas of what you can do with these lovely pieces that we ended up having. So just moving these along. And I'm going to do this one. Now, when this is warm and I'll pass it through, I will do another one. This time it's going to be another one of my waste. I'm going to use some waste. This was a nice one that came up. However, it had an overfoil in the middle, which was all right because I could cut it. I've got a heart that you could cut it. But you know what? If I use the extra, because the flowers came really nice, If I use the opposite way around, I could even cut circles out of it, which would be designed. So I'm going to try to use them. There's another one. Look, I did this on another video, and I was left with the sparks. I'm going to use these as my, I keep them on the side. I try to keep them flat somewhere. And look, all these flowers. Can you see? They're beautiful. I'm going to foil them. And I'm going to try to do it on different papers. If it goes wrong, so what? It's only the foil I'm wasting. That's a waste already. So I'm not really missing out on anything drastic. Look at that. Now that didn't foil up there when I did it in another video, but when I cut it there and I cut it here and I put it like that on a card like this, you see, I can still make use of these. So here goes. I will do a video using all these pieces of foil I ended up with when I did my my sessions before. Another thing I can show you that is quite good to actually see is setting up, now I've dropped all my text, setting up little cards with them at the end. That is, I think, very important, because otherwise people will just do them, leave them there, and don't know always what to do with them. That's what I'm trying to do. This one, look, it's got just a note to say. Now, yes, it came okay. I used spell binders. They used to make 3D dies, so that if you've got the ovals, you then put any of your designs, and it will make a design inside the oval, which will be 3D, or like a deboss image, for instance, on this one. So what I've done is I used it to foil. You would have seen it in one of my other videos. But what I did then is I've put a message and I've put a little bit of foiling over foiling there. But you know what? If I cut a couple of small flowers and put a few flowers around, that will still be used. Here's the one I showed you. So while I was talking, this got ready, because that's why I talk to you. You don't wait a minute waiting for this to work. And I'm going to put it through my Big Shot again, slowly and steadily. I'm going to put it in so it will get warm again. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to, before I take that out of there, I'm going to put another piece on here, like so. And I'm going to put a piece of paper or card. Now I might try some different cards just to try them out. But you know what? Sometimes I'm going to try this one. I don't know whether it will go perfectly with it. It's Centura Pearl. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to close it down. I'm going to wait that minute. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to pick up this, and I'm going to go through and see how clean that's coming off. There's only a few pieces that were under for, but you can see I'm left with few pieces there. But you know what? That's a modern design, and I think that it would look very nice when I use it with its complementary design that I did earlier. But can you see how it will come off? Some people would tell you, oh no, I can't use that because it's got whatever problems in it. But I still think I will manage to do something with it. So that would, I take them as a challenge. Can I make something nice out of something that had a problem? I'm going to be doing this one next to show you how you could easily use these waste pieces. There it goes. That's ready. So I'm going to take it out, put it in, and I'm going to just go through my die cutting machine again. Some people tell you just go through, keep going out. I tend to like to bring it back in towards me. I don't think it makes a difference. The only time I don't do that, if I do a die or a plate and it becomes over foiled, I'll just do it one way and see whether that was the reason for it. Okay, so that's going to go in. This comes off. Oh, look at that. If it's stuck to it, that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what happens when I try. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, that's coming off so nicely. Very, very little underfoiling there. But look, from a piece of waste, I'm going to waste that. That's nothing. There's no foil on it. But look at the piece I ended up with. So if I now cut it to use it on a card, that would look really fantastic, I think. So they're the ones I'll be using later for making my cards with. Okay? I'm doing another one. And this time, look, I've got this beautiful one. Now, I'm going to put that on, down like so. And on this one, I don't know whether I want a colored one or a white one. I might again try a colored one. I'm going to do this blue one, but you know what? I'm going to do it this way. Now, if I'm going to do it that way, I'm going to cut it in half. Or thereabouts. Let me try it on here. So I'll roughly know where it needs to be cut. It's roughly the middle. Good. And I'm going to place that on here. Like so. And I'm going to close it, do the 1 minute process, and wait for it to do. Now, what else have I got? I'm going to try this one as well. Look, this says that just a note to say hello, and I'm going to do it on a small piece of photo paper. Oh, actually, I got that. I'm going to do it on there. Let's see what I will get with that one when I'm finished. See, so that would be another one. In the next video, I'll do a separate video, so it won't be extremely too long. In the next video, I will be making cards with these pieces that I'm creating using the demos. So the morning, it was demo using the dies. This afternoon, I'm actually setting up the waste to create the background, and then I'm going to do some cards to create something with them, okay? Or I could use scrap, so I could use dies to create scrap pieces to go on other stuff. So we'll see what I'll do when I'm playing with them. I'm just going to go through. I've got a few more to do. And we'll see what the result is. If it's no good, we'll just bin it. It doesn't matter. It's only a piece of waste at the end of the day. But you know what? Look at that. Look how beautiful that turned out. I'm going to try it off. And it looks like it's coming off so clean. Look at this waste. And again, look, there's that color in it. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's nothing wrong with trying to do a card with that, put thanks on it, and then pass it on to someone who does anything that's nice for you. So I'm going to place these down like so on there. Whoops. I want it from the blue side. Now that's a different. I'll do it on a photo one. Because I was going to do that white. But I'd rather have it on a photo one. I don't want to use the blue Centura pearl because I'll use it for something else. But there goes 1 minute, and in a minute I'll be getting that off. In the meantime, I'm going to look to see what else I've got. I've got loads. Look, that's another beautiful piece of waste. Why waste it? You can make something out of it. So again, I'm going to place that top of a white piece. This will give me those beautiful lines there. And this will give me another nice background. That's nearly ready. And I'm going to pass it through slowly again to see whether, at the moment, look, these are the ones I've just done, just to remind you. And look how beautiful they turned out. Those are the waste. Don't waste anything because you can still use them. Like we do when we use the toner printing. There's loads again that you can do with a toner printer. And I'll be showing you some of that in other videos as well. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to pass it through. And for this machine, I don't need shims, like I said earlier. If I was doing my Go Press and Foil in my Big Shot, I would need to put some shims. So you'd need to learn how your own machine works. Okay, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to take that off. And oh, it now brought me up all my dye as well. So let's just quickly see if I've got one of those magnetic. It was here earlier. There it is. So let me get a magnet to turn that over. Like so. I'm going to pick up. Please don't touch them. Oh, you know what? Oh, yes, it did go on. All right. So let's do that straight again. And this one, I'm going to leave it a little and then I will take the foil off and see what it looks like. Now, I'm going to place this on here, like so. It's quite hot now because I've been using it a while. That goes on top like so. Something like that. We'll get the best we can out of it. I'm going to place that on top and I'm going to close it. Now that's ready to go. And once it's done, I'll pass it through my machine again. While that is doing, this has now cooled down a little, and I'm going to see how it comes if I get that off. And I could leave it where it is, but I should be able to get that bit off as well. Here it goes. And look at that. It's coming off with no problem whatsoever. So if I now get my die that goes round, I can do it. And this can go on a card saying, just a note to say. And there you go. It's another beautiful one. Well, I'll be making loads of cards. So if I did a card like that, just a note to say, inside I can put a message saying, thank you for helping me out, or thank you for doing such a great job. And then when you go on an appointment, maybe at a hospital, or you go to a restaurant, and somebody does something that you think deserves a thank you, just get the card out, or just a note to say hello. Inside you put and thank you from and whoever it is, so that when I go somewhere, if I need to give a card to somebody, I just put my hand in my handbag and whatever comes out will be good for any occasion. I'm going to pass this through again and let's see how this one is going to turn out. I think this is going to look really, really nice. So let's try it out. I've got a couple more to do and then I'll finish this video. And this will be a video on using waste. If you like what I'm showing you, if you want me to do more, please do leave me a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you haven't done so already and hit that bell. So every time I do a video, you'll get notified that there is more for you to actually see. If you need if you want to ask me any questions, by all means you can. And I will also let you know. I do lessons, so if anybody is interested in my lessons, please do write me a note or email me, and I will give you all the information about what I am doing now and in the future. So here goes. There is the waste gone. That is my piece of waste on a photo paper. And again, I can use that as part of my design, which I'll be using later in the next video, showing you how I'm going to deal with these pieces. Here's another one. This is a very similar one. I'm just going to place it on there. This is very hot, so please do not touch and think about what you're doing when you are using these, because they are quite hot. And then I'm going to place my paper on, close it, give it a minute. That's why I leave it there, so it will be easily done. That's new foil. I've got 3, 4 pieces, well, a few more to do. I got some more to try out. I'm really looking forward to trying this one out, because I think this is gonna, and even this one, they're gonna look really, really nice. So what I'm gonna do is find some card at the moment. They could be smaller than the size, so don't look at it and say, oh, can't use that. You can still use it. But what I'm trying to find is some pieces that will be ideal for what I want to then use on my cards. I'm going to take some pieces out. These are more or less the same sort of size of these are all scrap pieces, right? There's nothing there that, if it goes wrong, there's nothing there that I'm going to say, oh my goodness, it went wrong. No. Now, this one, I'm going to do this. I'm going to place that there. So I'll end up with a nice piece, shiny, but it's got the yellow lines there. And I think that would look nice. If not that one, I could use it for this one. So look at that. That would be nice as well. But I did say, let's see this one. I'm always looking to see what would look nicer with what that would look nice as well. Look at that. I'm going to do that one. So this one is ready. I'm going to pass it through. In a minute, you have time to decide what you want to do with your next piece of waste. So once you get going, the machine warms up quickly. I'll put it back in. It works quickly. There you go. Placing that there. Now this comes off. This is going to go straight on so that I don't have to wait a long time and the video won't be that long. I'm taking my paper, placing it on top, close, and that's ready to go. 1 minute and I'm done. This is the waste bit, so I'm going to pull it off gently and slowly. And you see it coming off clean. And if it comes off clean, you know, it's done a perfect job. There you go. And there you go. I've got another piece. It's got a tiny bit of underfoiling, maybe because it was overfoiled when I first did it. But you know what? There are other things you can do when we come to do our design. So when I come to use them in a card, I have a look and see if there's anything I can do to help soften the blow on that one. Now that, for me, that wouldn't look nice. And let me have a look and find another piece ready to go when that one is done. like textured paper. And I do believe they don't work well with your foiling. So you need super smooth. So if you see that your paper is textured, might not be worth trying it. Okay? But then again, you know what? It's only a piece of card. If I try it and it doesn't work how I intended it to work, I just don't feel, oh my goodness, I'm going to waste. Now that, look, that was done by someone. So that was bought like that. So that gives me an idea. Because if I, and that was one I did, look, I can use it there to make a card from it. So you know what? That now tells me that if I find a piece of Miri card, and I can see a bit here, right? And I'll take one of these and place it on top of it. I'm going to get Miri on Miri. So we'll try it out in a minute to see what effect we get when we do that. This needs to go through here. Purple didn't look quite nice with the green when I did it before. So I'm not going to do the green waste on it, although I think the leaves would have looked nice. So I'll have a go at using something slightly different for that one. So let's do this one next. I'm going to put my foil, like so, the waste, and then I've got this Miri card. I don't know how the two will work together, but you know what? There's only one way of finding out, by trying it. So I'm going to have some fun trying this one out. This is out. So you see, if you keep going, you get into like a production system. That's why I like to first do all my dies with different plates, flowers, lines, whatever I'm doing. And then afterwards do a session where I use all the waste. I don't do one and then take the waste and do the waste because you have to change the plate. It takes longer for it to then warm up and heat up. But when you do it this way, because the plate is the same one you're using, you make it so much more efficient. Look at that, how it's coming off and there's nothing whatsoever on the piece I'm taking out. So I know it's done it quite a good way. And there you go. That's another piece that I can use with the bit I might have used earlier. So let's see where my earlier one was. Oh, I used the black one earlier, didn't I? I can just see it there. So I've got those two pieces, and together I might be able to make quite a nice little card. We'll have a look later. Now, this is nearly done. We'll pass it through. In the meantime, while that's happening, look, I'm going to see what I'm going to try this one on. I might try that one on a piece of pink or purple card. If it's not super smooth and it doesn't work, it's only a piece of waste I'm wasting. So I could do it on that. And there you go. By the time I selected that, it's done. Gotta pass it through. Oh, I could play here all day. I received these yesterday while I was at work. So I was very, very eager to have a go this morning. We'll get that out in a minute. Let's get the next one ready and placed in. So first you put the foil face down towards the nice metal. Then you place your card straight as possible. Close it, plug it in, wait for it a second. This will come on quite quickly because I've been using it. This would then give you the minute. And while I give it that minute, I will be cooling this down and trying to see what the result was with this one now. Let's have a look. There it goes. It was not plugged in properly, probably. And there you go. A minute to go and I'll be done. So this one, I'm going to take this off. Look at that green coming out from where the silver is. I'll show you in, oh, that is beautiful. It doesn't show much, but it is beautiful. You'll see it if I'll try to get it in the light for you. Can you see the green in between? I mean, when you see it in your hand, it's so different to what I can show you on camera. It always is. There it goes, look. It depends on how you turn the light on it. Can you see how beautiful that turned out? That's going to be another little card that I will make. While that's, ooh, I thought it was ready. Just drinking some coffee, some tea that my daughter brought me. She's lovely. She keeps looking after me with tea. I'm going to put it there. No, I didn't put the paper, so I might get some foiling onto my plate. But you know what? It can be washed. And these plates, we can also buy them again. So it's not like, oh my goodness, ruin my machine. No way. You just wash them and they should be okay. I'm going to place that there. I'm going to take that off. And it looks like it's done quite a good job of it. So in a minute, I'll take it off when it's cooled down. What have I got left? Now the text, I'm going to leave it for now. I don't know how they will turn out. I've got another one of these. So this time I'm going to do that on a piece of gold. So I'll get the gold coming through and I'll see how it goes. Gold mirror card I'm using. So I'm going to place it there. Let's have a look and make sure it's going to be on all of it. Like so. I'm going to put a piece of paper. It gives it a little bit of a shim as well. Like so. And a minute and I'm done. You see, because I left it in there, it's ready to go and it gets done so quickly. So this one, I'm just going to pull it off. And look, it's not shiny paper, so I've got a little bit of underfoiling. But you know what? Yeah, I've got a little bit of underfoiling. That's because this paper is not actually super smooth. So it could be the reason why it came like so. Okay. I don't know whether I'll use that. I probably will not because it's too over underfoiled. But I'll keep it to remind me that that paper gives it an underfoiling. So that I won't use that paper, if possible, again. See, that was such a nice foiled image that if I used the right paper, that would have been brilliant because the leaves were all done correctly when I did the first one. So that's why it's important to make sure you mark what papers are not good for this and keep a copy, keep a piece. So I might put that in my new notebook saying this paper is not good for foiling. And then I will know when I come to foil. Okay, that's done. Let's see what happens with this one. I don't know whether I chose the similar paper to that. We'll soon find out. Oh no, I've done it on mirror card. So this should look really nice. I'm going to leave it a second. It looks like it's done a good job of it. Now for that, I'm going to do, I've only got about 2 more to do. That one, I'm going to do that. Now we know we've got over and under foiling on that one when I first did it. But you know what? I'm still going to have a go. Firstly, I'll have an idea of how the design comes. Secondly, I'm sure I'll find a way of using them. So why not? Let's put it there. If anything, I would have just chucked it in the bin if I see that it's not good. So I might as well try something with it. Here goes. Look how nice that's coming off. That is coming off so beautifully. Nothing left on there. That's another good one. And if you look at it, can you see I've got that gold lines coming through? So it's all nice shiny, but I've got the gold lines as well coming through because I've done it on Miri card. You see it? It's difficult to show you on camera. However, oh, there it goes. Look, you can see how beautiful that is. When you see it live in hand, it looks a lot nicer. And I'm going to do a card with that one. This is nearly there. Give it a minute. Drink my tea in the meantime. And we're on the last one. Well, actually, I'm not doing the last one. Should I do the last one? You know what? You've got to learn. That came nice. And they are nice. Look, if I do it, but sometimes we've got to learn to say, oh, just leave it. But I don't know how to do that. What I'm going to do, get a piece of card. I'm going to place that on like so, because the heart can be cut out. These pieces are all right. So you can cut round. I can invent something with it. Let's try it out. That's the last one. I'm not doing any more because I've finished all of mine. And the names, the letters, I'm not sure whether I would be able to cut them out. I could try them. I mean, we're at the end. There's only a couple to do. I'll do one just to have a look, or I'll do something with them later. See, if I put that there, it will give me some really nice wording. They are clean and nice. Can you see? So that is another way of using them, but I will do that in one of my sessions with my ladies so we test them out together. Right, so let's have a look. This is the penultimate one, so there's only one more I'm going to do, and then I'm going to stop this video there, and the next video will be like part 3. So we did part 1, we did the design. Part 2, we used the waist. Part 3, I'm going to use the make them into a card. I think that's the cycle. You need to see that done. Here you go. Done that. Yes, it's not going to be perfect, but hey ho, I'm not perfect either. If you do still like what I'm showing you, please do leave a... Now this doesn't fit on here by the looks of it. I'm going to try to fit as much of the best part of it on. There it goes. I'm going to place my big piece of card there. Close it. 1 minute. We'll test it and see how it turned out. This, whoa, look at that. So again, yes, it might have problems with it. Some is underfoiled, some is overfoiled, different places. But you know what? I'm sure I'll invent something to do with it. I'm sure I'll cut something out of it to be able to have a piece of nice card made from it. This is nearly done. This is the last one, everyone. And please do leave me a thumbs up. Do subscribe. I do love your comments too, because that's what makes me want to spend time doing. Now, if the video is an hour and a half long or an hour long, that means I've used an hour of my time doing this for you. So a little thumbs up goes a long way. Right, I'm going to do the last one. Let's hope we end up with a nice one. I can't even remember which one I've put in here. Oh, it's the purple one. Let's see what happens with this one. I'm going to switch my machine off because the next video I would do later would be to actually turn all these lovely pieces into, oh, I've got something dirty there. lovely pieces into cards. So that's done. That's cleaned and ready. I've got something dirty on the bottom of this, so I'll clean my machines later on. Let's leave it open. I'll clean everything, so it should be clean when we do it again. This is the last one, and I'm going to pull this off to see how this is going to turn out. You know what? It's not that bad. I've got a little bit of underfoiling. Could be the paper. But you know, I can still use this or make something out of this, because you know what? Even if I wanted to leave this there, you could now use ink and ink the flowers, ink where the leaves are. So you can do all sorts with it. I'll see what I'll do when I come to do my cards with them. Hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this video for you, because I think some of you know how to do this, but others would just say, well, I've seen Susan do it, so I can do that. If it happens to go wrong for Susan, well, what if it goes wrong for me? Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll see you soon, ladies. And for now, till we meet again.